a big display cage. Then you can ask people to come and pay to see an eagle. And so our farmer climbed up the hill, brought down the eagle, and he was about to put the eagle into his big display cage. And the eagle, this thing me, and he took out his gun and he shot the eagle. And so he had no eagle. And he had no opportunity to make some money because he was given a solution to his problem. But his friend came and said, "Don't worry, I have another suggestion for you. Up in the eagle's nest, there must be some eagle eggs. Bring down the eagle eggs and put the eggs under one of your laying hens. And when they hatch, you will have your own eagle. Then you can put that eagle in your display cage." And so he climbed up the hill, and he went and he brought the eagle eggs down, and he put them under his laying hen. And he stood, and he waited, and he watched, and he watched, and he waited. And then one day, out comes a little eagle who doesn't know he's an eagle. He thinks he is a chicken. So our farmer was so happy. He went to grab this little eagle, but the eagle said, "You're a rebel. All right, I'm going to call you Turk." And so Turk stood there. Turk refused to run around and play with the other white chickens on the farm. Turk just stood there and watched the sky. He was fascinated by the sky. He didn't know why, but there was something about the sky. And then one day, when he was looking up at the sky, he saw a black spot. And that black spot got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. It was an eagle. And the eagle looked down on the chicken farm and saw Turk standing there. And he said, "What are you doing down there on a chicken farm?" "Because I'm a chicken." He said, "You're not a chicken." "If I'm not a chicken, then you are an eagle." Eagle? Eagle? What's an eagle? He said, "An eagle is a bird that flies highest in the sky. No other bird could fly as high and as long without rest like an eagle. That's who you are. You're an eagle." Said, "You come up here and let me tell you your history." And he said, "Eagle, bird, chicken."
All right, we weren't able to stay with her until the end of the story, but so far what I've gotten from this story is that even as African Jamaicans, African American people, sometimes we see ourselves as chickens, because we don't realize that our history is that we are eagles. And so my next guests are here to tell us a little bit about how they're going to help us to realize a little bit more about who we are when they talk about our history. And it's the Nakumbuka Foundation Managing Director. Thank you very much, Karine. Yashika Lopez, and Vice Principal of Research and Innovation at the University of South Africa, Professor Mamoketi. I think I got a part of it right. She'll say it properly for me a little bit later on. How are you, ladies? Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to Smile Jamaica. It's morning time. I'm going to start with you first, Yashika. Tell me a little bit about the Nakumbuka Foundation.
Well, Nakumbuka was formed around 20 or so years ago by a Tanzanian by the name of Jomo Nkombe, and he brought the celebration really to Canada. My father, Basil Kusunoga Lopez, he came to Jamaica in 1998, and he brought the celebration to the Michael College at the time. Now it's the Michael University College. And we did our first Nakumbuka celebration in 2003 in February at the Michael University College. Nakumbuka means I remember. It's a Kiswahili word, and it commemorates the lives that were lost during the Middle Passage. So similarly, as you would find that November 11th, we will remember the war veterans, or with 9/11, we will remember those who passed. What happened, it's estimated to be 150 million of us who passed during the entire slavery experience. But there's no commemorative ceremony that really addresses that. So we have a lot of energy really at the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean that we really haven't harnessed. So that's one of the functions of Nakumbuka.
Do you think that? To me, that's a part of why we continue to struggle with this dialogue of who we are, where we're heading, why we do the things we do, because there's a disconnect between us and these people that would have made it through the passage and those who unfortunately never made it. How do you see this event helping us as Jamaican people to realize a little bit more about ourselves?
Well, we are going to begin to remember, and just as the story said, to remember that we are eagles, right? And have a better connectivity to who we are, help us with longevity and planning, because the further back you're able to go, the better it is you're able to reflect and understand where you're going into the future.
Professor, it's a memory that was intentionally erased through colonization and through the process of slavery. And so it's difficult for us to try to make that connect ourselves. Often from this perspective in the diaspora, we look to Africa. How does Africa look to the region and look to us as Jamaicans who are an extension of Africa?
For us as Africans in the diaspora are important to us because we are connected. We may not have the same culture and same language all the time because of slavery, colonization, apartheid. But what connects us is our history and our experience of oppression. And what connects us is what slavery did to all of us. The kind of slavery that happened here is very different from the one that happened in the Cape in South Africa. But what's common about it is the fact that what slavery does to people. Slavery strips people of their humanity. It strips us all of our humanity. Oppression strips us of our humanity. What happened during slavery, where people were treated like objects, stripped them of their humanity. And so what we share is a struggle of what then? What do we do then? Now that we've had the slavery, now that we've lost our people, we've had oppression, colonization, and for us in South Africa, we also had apartheid. And of course, we were the last country in the world to get that kind of liberation. What do we do now? Now that we've got this, which is freedom on paper, the chicken might be told, that eagle might be told that you're not a chicken anymore. You're not a chicken, you're an eagle. But how do they start living like an eagle when all that they have known is chicken life? And that's the challenge.
Yes.
That's the challenge that connects us as Africans in the diaspora, on the continent. It's how do we learn to be eagle? How do we take on the eagle way of doing things and the eagle ways of being? Because all we've known is being a chicken.
Awesome. It starts on the Thursday
at 4:30 at the Marcus Garvey Shrine, and then we march to the Michael University College, and then on Friday we have all the activities. We'll have Jean Smalls doing storytelling, pottery, we will be having ring ding, we'll be having lecture series. So 969-7614 will be the telephone number to call, 969-7614.
Awesome. And Professor is going to be the guest speaker.
Guest speaker, yes.
I'm eager to hear what she has to share with us. I'm excited about that. And you brought, just a tidbit of what people see. There'll be culinary, artistic presentations.
Right.
It's just a day for us to connect.
Right. The pieces that you see here by one of our potters, Villiers Thomas, so she'll be conducting a pottery workshop. So these are some of her pieces on display.
Awesome.
So the students will get their hands on.
Awesome. So students, everyone, they need to come out. It's a part of our history that I always say. And I'm so glad Jean told that story.
Yes.
That we continue to see ourselves as chickens because that's what we're told. But if we learn more about Africa and the truth about Africa, we'd be amazed at what our heritage is. Managing Director of the Nakumbuka Foundation, Yashika Lopez, and Vice Principal of Research and Innovation at the University of South Africa, Professor Pakeng. On the other side of the break, Jamaican Designs walking the Milan Fashion